The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT Nyesom Wike, has welcomed the judgment of the Federal High Court in Abuja, which restrained the People's Democratic Party (PDP) from holding its planned national convention in 2025 until the party fully complies with all statutory requirements. Speaking during a meeting of eminent leaders and concerned stakeholders of the PDP on the restoration of order to the party shortly after the verdict, the minister described the ruling by Justice James Omotosho as a decisive blow against impunity within the party, stating that it reinforces the necessity of due process and adherence to the party's constitution and the Electoral Act. Wike shared mixed emotions, calling the ruling a victory over impunity, yet expressing sadness over the unsettled state of the PDP. Speaking further, the minister emphasized that an opposition party must operate with the highest level of integrity and adherence to rules to gain the public's confidence and effectively wrestle power from the ruling party. Wike absolved the ruling APC of blame for the PDP's current predicament, insisting that the crisis is self-inflicted and driven by selfish interest and a disregard for foundation members. He particularly condemned the practice of individuals sitting in their houses to unilaterally zone positions within the party, a practice he stressed has never been this bad in the current democratic dispensation. The FCT minister expressed profound thanks to the three aggrieved members who filed the suit and all party members whom he said were brave enough to challenge the illegality at the court. In a communique issued at the end of the meeting and read by former Abia State Governor Dr. Okezie Ikpeazu, the party leaders expressed profound appreciation for the judicial intervention, hailing it as a decisive step that restores legality and confidence in the party.
Following the High Court judgment of 31st October, the year 2025, on the restoration of legal order in the party, we, the eminent leaders and concerned stakeholders of the People's Democratic Party, met in Abuja to review the landmark judgment delivered today by the Federal High Court Abuja, affirming the supremacy of the party's constitution and the rule of law. We hereby express our profound appreciation for this judicial intervention that restores order, legality, and confidence in the PDP as a law-abiding institution. We restate our unwavering commitment to the principles of fairness, justice, equity, and inclusivity. The following pillars of our party are the founding pillars of our party, and we commend the judiciary for its courage in upholding truth over impunity. Our observations: that today's judgment has affirmed the supremacy of the 1999 Constitution as amended, the Electoral Act, the INEC Electoral Guidelines, and the PDP Constitution, and has clarified the lawful roles and boundaries of party officers in the management of its affairs. That the judgment conclusively affirmed that Chief Dan Osiobe remains the authentic National Vice Chairman South-South of the People's Democratic Party, and the purported appointment of Chief Emmanuel Ogidi is null and void. That by affirming the expulsion of Ali Odefa, the court has restored integrity and discipline in the administration of the party, while emphasizing that persons expelled from the party have no local standing to stand or litigate on his behalf. That the court further reaffirmed that all external correspondences to INEC must be jointly signed by the National Chairman and the National Secretary, while the National Secretary remains the principal signatory to all official correspondences of the party. The court further emphasized that no valid national convention of the party can hold until all due processes as stipulated by the 1999 Constitution as amended, the Electoral Act, INEC Electoral Guidelines, and the PDP Constitution are fully complied with. That this judgment further establishes that plaintiff's action was not an interference in the party's internal affairs, but a patriotic effort to ensure that INEC performs its constitutional duties in enthroning internal democracy in political party administration in Nigeria. That decision marks a crucial step towards sanitizing the Nigerian political system by reasserting the necessity of lawful, transparent, and accountable political processes and in rejection of impunity.
The PDP stakeholders affirmed that the court ruling not only upheld the supremacy of the 1999 Nigerian Constitution and the Electoral Act, but also the INEC Electoral Guidelines and the PDP Constitution. Other stakeholders further noted that the plaintiff's action was not an interference in internal party affairs, but a patriotic effort to ensure that INEC enforces internal democracy within the political party administration in Nigeria. The leaders commended the judiciary for its courage in upholding truth over impunity and asserted that the decision marked a crucial step towards sanitizing Nigeria's political system by reasserting the necessity of lawful, transparent, and accountable political processes. The PDP leaders resolved to abide by the court judgment in its entirety and affirmed their unwavering faith in the judiciary. The PDP invited all genuine members across the country to join hands in restoring the party to its founding ideals of fairness, justice, equity, and inclusivity, urging all faithful members to stand on truth, justice, and the rule of law. Party stalwarts present during the gathering include former Governor Samuel Otom of Benue State and Okeze Ikpazo of Abia State, PDP National Secretary Samuel Anyanwu, former National Vice Chairman South Dan Obi, and serving senators and members of the House of Representatives, Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly, and State Chairman of the party, among others. Baba Sunday, Eagles FM News.